this back. Have it be hazy out there. That is helping. Almost think I need like another one of those. You're inking a stormtrooper, cool. Let's try creating another one of those and turning it into a linear bar. Because when I was semi-brainstorming coloring this, there was me trying to wash out this huge thing that's floating, because I want it to feel like it's in the background, there's depth to it, and I have to come up with a means of washing it out. Thank you for the host. Let's see here. Where is this? Following. Yeah, especially with this type of style, it's a little bit tricky. One of the things I was thinking about doing is trying to put a washing out this like I'm doing right now a little bit, and then probably put an opacity on it. So it's like I'd have a little bit of this white fadedness near the horizon line, and then centered a little bit. I think the main thing that's gonna really fix it is if I take the line work and actually create a turn its color closer to whatever it is, and also possibly closer to the background color, but maybe a little bit darker. So like doing that, or like what I was doing before, like this. I think actually this one actually does better. It keeps it so it has that what do you call that? The atmospheric effect actually plays off it a lot more than it normally would. All that junk in the sky is causing it to haze out. Because on the last one, I did the ink, scanned it, threw it in the computer or Photoshop, and then went over, traced everything rough, and that's basically what I did with this one. But I actually helped with like making the line work a little bit better and smaller for the distance and stuff like that, which I think I'm going to still need to do to this one. I just jumped into the color work, I think, a little bit quickly on this one, but I think we'll get there. There's a part of me wants to be able to do this kind of this chunky, fat, cartoony kind of a brushstroke though a little bit, but I still think on some of this stuff I need to fix it. Cause yeah, it seems like it's not that bad. Let me back out from it and actually take a look further back. Yeah, it seems to be hazing it out. That if I do that and add like a nice enough shadow coming off of the glare of the sun, then yeah, I think that might work. And I think my clouds are too white. Is also an issue right now. They should probably be a little bit more this off yellow as well. Yeah. It's looking good. I'm not sure about this weird effect that I threw up on there though. I'm not really liking it as much. It is helping, but I think it's too on the nose. I think where its positioning is, having it like this fog of color there and color there. It's almost like I probably just need to pull it down so it actually lines up into this other stuff and maybe actually decrease the opacity even more. So it's like that. It's like you have this high. Yeah, that's a lot better. That's a hell of a lot better. Okay, I need to save this. I've been having recently problems with when I do what is it? Uh, Groups, colored groups, solid color. Yeah, when I do the solid color filter on here, it sometimes like gets locked up and almost crashes and stuff, which is not nice. Okay, what's going on? I went clear down there. Huh. Yeah, there's a lot of this coloring that is really off. Alright, either my app's not working or I'm just not paying enough attention to it. Okay, who is actually arting? Because I was hosting someone. Like, I only have so many people that I currently really host. I don't know. The other thing is I feel like I need to have, I don't know, maybe the background be a little bit more done to it. The other issue that I have is my horizon line I think is probably too high. I may end up trying to actually change my horizon line. I think it needs to be lower. My brain's wanting it to be down a notch. How do I do this easiest way? I guess zooming in, being tedious about it. So I'm gonna grab this stuff and I'm gonna guess cut it. It'd be here, right? Yeah, here. Cut. And cut. No, cut. I need to move that back up there. Yeah, I wasn't hosting you. Yeah, I don't know who I was hosting. At least it said that it was hosting someone, supposedly. Let's see here. Turn that off. Okay, that's back on again. Turn that on, I guess, and then we'll just slowly redo these. May have to restack them, but okay, here's this, here's that. How's your book coming along? this. Okay. What did I want to try doing? I wanted to try moving this lower. Lower and maybe smaller as well. Let's try shrinking it. Fit that there. Yeah, that's fine. Apply that. And we'll just move this other one separately. Because what is it? I did this one while watching John Lee. And it was a little bit, I don't know. I feel like I did it too fast, too sloppy and whatnot. I didn't take as much time as I did with the other one, which I also did while watching John Lee. He gets me in the mood to try to do Moebius stuff, which I used to do back in the day. He was one of the artists that I would kinda emulate. Been working on your Twitter presence? Cool. Other things? Cool. Yeah, the only thing that I would suggest doing with that is try just doing like short stories within it. Even really dirty ones, not like they don't even have to be nice. It's kind of like my the forever no what is it else was it elsewhere ever my elsewhere ever stuff that I'm doing. I don't know if you've seen that. I think you've been in the chat a couple of times, but I've done the elsewhere ever stuff. It's the kind of a chat help comic thing. I don't know if that sounds familiar to you at all. But I'm just doing stuff kind of sloppy. I'm trying to set it up so it's more, it looks epic, and it's like what's actually happening in it. The layout of it looks cool, not necessarily the cleanup and the anything else about it. So it's more about it being dynamic and kind of throwing down trying to make a story on a page or whatever, and not like overthinking it, just to have something. So something along that line I think would be cool with your stuff, so you're actually not necessarily completing anything for your book, but you kind of are, where you have something to go to branch off of. You know, you can say, well, I like this idea in this story, but I'm going to change it. But it's like instances in there in the world, possibly, or kinda these loosely based stories within it. And don't even have to use your main characters. You could just use like a random person getting, attacked by one of your demons, or getting turned into one, or something like that. Just basic little things. And you could just do one page if you wanted to. Yeah, even if, yeah, well, that's actually really good. I feel, with just the picking like either erotica or any type of emotional base. We are picking the sensuality, sexuality, or fear, or anger, or some of these kinds of things. Basically, kind of your seven deadly sins, or just an emotional thought process, and just feed off of that for just your little, just quick arc of instance. Draw a angry story, draw a lustful story, draw a gluttonous story, and just kind of play off of that. Not necessarily for the theme necessarily, just something to hold inside yourself while you're drawing. Because for me, that's one of the things that helps me do certain things. I have to uh, embody the attitude of what I'm trying to draw, which helps a lot, and it kind of guides you a little bit. And then you get like, I feel you get like a little bit of a kick out of it, being, you're almost kind of doing a little bit of a weird role play while drawing, which is interesting. Okay, let's see here. I don't know if this positioning of this is any better, but I know I wanted this peak to be higher, so I should probably actually pull back and actually look to see if this is what I want. I'll just go ahead and throwing this down on it real quick, and then still having trouble finding the layer beneath this that I need to erase. Is it this? No. That? Yes, okay, finally. Really bad at naming layers, so I just have to click and guess. When I get to that point where I'm like getting too many layers. It doesn't matter what you do, just matters how you tell it. Yes. Yeah, you can get away with anything if you display it correctly. And place it in the right genre. Because, yeah, it's so interesting with that shit, because you can do awful things if it's just placed in the right spot. It has to be all the right context around it and all that fun stuff. I think I'm gonna get rid of that shadow that I have on there. It's actually quite pointless. Which this happens. This was happening when I was working on the 11 Gorgon piece. I'll draw like a face, doing digital inking of it and throw in my shadows, and then when I actually go in for color work, the shadows are too intense. They look good in black and white, but it looks much better without it. When I'm doing after I add like just the shadow. Content that has the same meaning to it, even if it's simple. Yeah. I'm curious. Usually, stuff that I like to make is the stuff that that I find intriguing. It's almost like I'm create anything that I'm creating is just usually I'm creating stuff for myself, and just hoping other people enjoy it with me. I think biggest issue that I have is exposure. I don't think I'm exposed enough. I feel like I was joking around with Wrist Tickler. I don't know if you've seen his stream or seen him in like bases. chat or whatever, but that and I've talked to you about it too, because I think you suffer from it a little bit too here and there. But it's being I feel like I'm a what is it, a stealth artist, a ninja artist or something, which is something that uh, like. I like ninjas. I like stealth. Thing is that it's not a good thing if you want to uh, be visible and have it be your source of income and whatnot. Treat more postmortem value. Yeah, yeah. I've been thinking that as well. The thing is I'm really bad at communicating that way. Um, Showing a presence of self online. Because it's a lot of that stuff it sits in the conundrum of like selfies and stuff like that for me. I don't do that. It's um it's an extrovert's almost psychopathic kind of tendency that people do, which I don't really have that in me too much. So I need to turn it into art so I can actually get away with it. Why does it need to be that small of a brush for me to pull this off? Possibly. So now I feel like this one should probably be a lot thinner in line value. Okay, what we're gonna do is get rid of this and do a quick cleanup on this line art. At least on this thing. We're gonna make it a little bit thinner here and there. Yeah, yeah. Present. I think it's fine to. It's great to say, okay, this is who I am. This is what I'm about, and it's like me or hate me, but pay attention to me either way. uh, I think the tricky bit for me is just I'm not I don't know. For me, what I'm about is what I post, and what I post is not necessarily about me. So, um, which is like kind of what you're saying. It's like you gotta figure out a way to express yourself, just like you, which I think is I don't know. It's a tricky thing in my head for me. I'm not sure exactly what I would um, deal with within that. It's that's still confusing to me and tricky. Because a lot of the stuff it seems like what it is it's more drama. You're creating possibly like just maybe you bitching about shit or praising stuff possibly. I guess you could do the not make it drama based where it's like this is awesome. I'm so happy right now. talk about maybe your emotions and stuff along that line, I guess, a little bit. I have such a loyal fan base that let's see where I'm watching. Okay. That's love talking to your fan base. You and your brother will try to figure out what you do. It's not easy to express yourself once you know who you are. You just call. What is it? You just can. Depression? Try something new, like cars or something different. Thing is only reason why I would try to draw something new or create something new would just because of it would be a community thing. That's the only reason that I see the only reason to do that. Otherwise, that's just going to depress me. That will depress me more than like pandering to an audience is just no. It's just that's disgusting. Trying to because I don't know. That is one of my least favorite things what you said right there. Draw cars. I I I that's in an art way that is gross in my brain. My brain just rejected that completely. I went through a minor panic attack that I'm still kind of dealing with right now with that drawing cars. Oh my god. Fuck no. Oh shit. It's okay. You don't have to draw a car. You don't have to draw a car, Ashler. Settle down. It's okay. Oh shit. They don't draw that, yeah. uh, yeah, apparently I have anxiety of drawing cars. I think I remember trying to draw a car back in the day, and it's just not. It was not fun. So I'm having flashbacks. Which is I think it'd be fun to actually do that, but yet again, like I said, I would want it to be something based around a community thing, like one of the okay, let's see people try to draw a car, because what is it, I did that with what is it, what's his name, starts with the V. Oh, is my thing not working? Seriously? Okay, I'm gonna have to restart this. Maybe that's why I'm having some issues here and there. Let's save this and then we'll restart the Photoshop real quick. Vicious Fool, I think is his name. He did like just through his Discord draw flowers, and it got me to draw a flower. That's draw hentai then. Yeah, I should actually do that. I need to actually. I haven't drawn something exotic or lustful or anything like that in a while, so that would be fun to do. Thing is the other thing I need to start doing is like this idea, drawing stuff for reasons. That Stranger Things one is, I'm going to see if I can't finish that up and actually see if I can't get it possibly um, into a art show. We'll see if I can't get it done in time. That's what I'm probably going to work on after this. I wanted to try to get this a little bit further along and then go into that. And then hopefully today, you were joking about the hentai. Still, thing is my mind when you say hentai, it's like I there's degrees to that, and I feel like doing something that is more pin-up erotica is probably what I would do. I want to do full on like crazy uh, uh, what do you call it, hentai, but it would be somewhere in between. I saw something, I think one of the artists that you showed me, he had a kind of a pinup drawing of a lady on a top of a what is that, pumpkin, which was interesting to me. His line work is intrigued me. The thick to thin that he was doing there, and also he's breaking the lines to that thin, was intriguing to me. It made me want to do something along that line. Yeah, did you saw that one too? Yeah, yeah. So, but yeah. All right. Let's go into here, and I think I can maybe still work on some of this stuff up here. Still, still feel like I'm probably gonna have to hide this line colored level stuff. Group, yes. It's gonna be one of those situations, huh? So I can't do that, so I just have to do this, which is eventually gonna get a pain in the ass. So I need to just go over my ink lines, period. Clean them up. I was gonna reset this. Because my, what do you call it, it's not doing its thing. Is considered as of good artist. Yeah, he does a good job as composition and line work, and yeah, he does well. Okay, I need to turn off. Shut you down. Ooh. Hopefully I didn't just break that. We'll find out. If I did, I feel like I'm gonna be moving on to something else, so I don't get angry about it. Sad Dune. Okay, it seems fine. Regarding artist exposure, yeah. I need to do better at that. I know one of the big things I need to do is get a schedule, and I'm actually trying to do that this week. So I'm going to try to set a schedule this week. So right now, this stream right now is just a catching up on work stream. This is not based around me trying to do a schedule yet. I'm going to, the plan is I'm going to stream again today for 2 hours from 3 3 o'clock my time to, what is it? It's 2 hours, so 3 to 5 o'clock. So hopefully that'll. I think that's going to be the biggest thing. If I just keep up that, just doing 2 hours every whatever, and just always have that be a I'm on here thing, unless something comes up, will I think help me out a lot. It'll be helpful, because I think that seems to be the biggest thing. Is you gotta keep a schedule to get people to notice you, and then from there, then you can actually what is it? Then you can kind of screw up your schedule after that. Because after you get people that actually want to see you and hang out with you and be part of your whole stuff, then yeah, then you're good. So I think that's been my full problem the whole time that I've been streaming. Because the thing is when I actually kind of had a schedule, you and a couple other people actually showed up kind of regularly when I was kind of more doing it every day, kind of relatively at the same time. So yeah, I think that's the really a big thing. At least that's what it's been noticing with a lot of the other people. But after they get to the point where they've actually, they're doing well enough that they are, what's it called, backed by the stuff. I can never remember what that's called. Sponsored, partnered. That's the word, partnered. When they get partnered, the main thing is they kept the schedule and got into doing that. They had enough people showing up, which helped them get more people to show up, and then it just progresses from there, which makes sense. So I think that's the biggest thing that I need to be doing is schedule. Gonna try that out. If that doesn't work, then I'll have to see what's going on. Other than that, yes, I still should do that. I know one of the things that also helps is because I did look at that stuff once before, a little bit. I don't know if I looked. I don't think I looked specifically for that. For just exposure of just artwork. This is something you should probably do too. When you actually post your work online, you need to put your name in the name and the name of the name of what it is, and then also include your name into it. Because even though that it may change the name when you upload it, they'll still use that initial file name to organize it on Google. So Google will look for that information, and if you want it to pop up when people Google your name and under your stuff, then you need to have it organized that way. So if you're uploading anything to any page, you want it to be that and the name of what is it? Your artist name, your whatever your tag is, or whatever you're wanting to be the way that people look you up. I don't know if you've been doing that. That's one of the, I know, the big things that's helped me at least organize my art via Google to me and whatnot. A lot more stuff pops up when you. A lot more of my art now pops up when you write down, you Google Ashler now because of that. I'll do it on all of it now. I think the only ones that I'm still needing to do that a little bit better on is I don't think I can actually still do it completely, would be try to think, when I do Instagram still kind of screws me, but when I upload stuff via Twitch, it's fine. Did I see the sexy girl that you drew on Instagram? I don't know. How long ago did you draw it? Because I swear I've seen you do a couple of stuff that I would put in that ballpark. Muting. I didn't do it fast enough. This here. It's the fastest way to find you. Usually what I end up doing is I'll go through my art that people like and try to find you that way. So you see, okay, when was the last time that I liked my art? Sometimes that's kind of hit and miss. So let's see, let's go to search and we'll type in your name. Usually it pops up really quick. Usually it's like at the top of the list, like it is now. The cowboy hat one. Howdy, perv. Dying of coughing. Yeah. So yes, this is gonna be interesting because usually when I do this, the original ink lines are really kind of fat and whatnot, and then when I go in here and try to clean it up, I add a little bit more detail and stuff, but I still try to keep that blocky line stuff that kind of Moebius has. But then also he does a lot of the line break stuff though too, which I don't know if I would want to do that on here. If I did, probably I'd put it on this side where the highlight is hitting, because that's one of the things why you do that break, is because you're trying to create a highlight. So we'll see. We'll see how this is gonna work. Yeah, I saw that one. I don't know if you saw that I hearted it or not. Because one of the things I do for just networking is on Instagram, anytime that someone likes my art, I will go and look at their page. And I will, if they are an artist or have something that's along the lines of being creative, I will try to like something back. Thing is some pages it's hard because it's like a seems like a storefront page or something like that. I'm like, there's you have a bunch of purses on here, and none of them are really shouting at me like I would really want to heart any of them. So I end up kind of getting screwed on being able to like anything on those pages. Usually in those ones, I'll look and see if they have like a logo or a uh, what is it, a word type or is it word type, word mark or logo type. That is was what things are. So, and then I'll like that. It's like, okay, that's artistic, even though you probably didn't make that, but your logo for your thing is cool, and I dig it. Guinness, right? Yeah, yeah. So it's interesting with that whole kind of thing, but yeah, I like the return the favor. And if person's still on, like if I do it kind of closely to when it's happening, I tend to they're still there and they're like, oh, this person actually liked this, and they only saw the one picture and they liked it, and then they can tend to like actually pay a little bit more attention to what other art that you have. I need to actually start doing that more too. I need to actually, instead of just, oh, I like this picture and then leave, I need to actually go and look um, more into their stuff. But usually I'm sadly lazy. I don't do that. Do not see all their work. If one piece is amazing, though, I'll be like, holy shit. And then I look at their other stuff. If it's consistent, and I'm like, bam, follow. You are in my feed now. You inspired me enough to want to do that. Cause yeah, this guy. I think the other thing I probably need to do with him is maybe actually have more broken lines in this one, or super thin lines. Uh, on this guy, it would help create the atmospheric effect even more if it has that. Like if everything else is more thick, has a more substantial um, structure to it, and this doesn't, then it would pull it more into that realm of being lost because of the thin line. Which you'll have to play with. Some of these lines I still think can be more so thicker just because they lead to the idea of like shadows and stuff like that. Like think this line here could still be a little bit okay. That one there, this back side here could probably be a little bit more substantial. And it would be okay still, but you see you got a commission though? Though likes? What is this? I got a commission though likes. What is this? What do you mean by that? Okay, you got a commission through. Okay, through likes. Okay. So someone actually commissioned you to draw something? How did that work out? How did that process actually happen? See, I liked a bunch of their posts and they followed me a few weeks and then commissioned you. Wow. Did they commission you with money or something else? And how did that conversation or event actually happen with that? One thing that I kind of want this thing to be red. My brain really wants that to be. Though both of those to be like an off red. Okay, I'm gonna throw on color here for a minute, and we're going to clean this up on him for a minute. Then we'll maybe jump to back. I may actually sit on this and do more color on this, just because I'm getting a little bit bored of doing the other thing. So I need to make sure I have enough time before 3 o'clock rolls around to go to the store. And go get some more milk. Money was casual, so it's possibly I'm still drawing it. Show it later. Okay. Almost non-existent. I still need to figure out a better way of actually implementing it happening, because people like ask me about it a little bit sometimes, but it's the follow through that's the problem. It seems like there's either I don't have a good enough means of actually having it take place, or possibly just confidence of like this is how much it is and this is what you'll get kind of a thing. There's my biggest issue I feel with that shit is I can do too much with my art, and I need to make it simpler. Like, basically say no. I know I can do these other things, but I'm not going to. For commissions, I'm doing these things. You can get this from me or that from me, and that's it. That's what I do. Anything else is, that will be something else, or you should go through someone else because that's just too much work or whatever. And it seems like it may fall apart. Fall through is, let's see, following. I need to follow through more. Well, the thing is, it's not me following through. It's the person. They'll say, "Hey, this," and then I guess I need to harass them about it. 'Cause the thing is it's one way with them. It's like I feel like what I need to start doing is instead of like giving them my card, I need to get their information. It's like give them my card and say, "Well, let me get your email and whatnot, and then I'll shoot you an email about it. I'll actually hit you up about it." Because it seems like it's other people are not consistent with it. Well, they'll see me doing something and it's saying, "Yeah, do you do like from like if on stream one of the big ones is do you do requests?" And uh that usually is kind of a conflicting statement. Do you do requests? It's like um and I usually say, "Yeah, I do commission work." And then on occasion I do kind of a requesty thing, but that's just the comic book, and then when I do like a chat request thing, but that's for just silly stuff. Don't say yes to requests. Yeah, yeah. The other thing that I do say is I do have a request log. Like if someone does request something, I'll write it down, and then if I find it interesting enough, I'll actually create it and turn it into a print. But if you actually want me to draw something and it get done for sure, the best way to do that is to commission me to do it. The other big thing I need to do is I need to do more with the idea of doing digital commissions. There's people out there that do them quite a bit, it seems like, and they've gotten it down pretty well. Those people want free shit. Yeah, I know. Usually that's what they're saying when they're saying, "Do you do you do requests?" Thing is, it's like, yeah, I do request, but the thing is beyond that. It's like, okay, I draw something, and it's like they say, "Well, can I have a thing of it?" And it's like, that's no. Do you I can turn it into a print, and then you can buy it from me, but okay. Right now I know that's crazy bright and it's ridiculous, but I will change it. I just need to have that colored that right now, and then I can do something to fade it. Let's see, where's this positioning? May have to try doing something here. Yeah, more like that. Oh no, that won't work. Damn it. This color here is way too close to this sand color down here, so it won't function. May have to do closer to this, maybe. Maybe I can't do red at all on it. It may have to be the more pink color. If I faded it and dulled it out enough, that could kind of work, but I'm not liking it. I think I'm probably just going to keep it closer to it. Maybe this green that was popping up before here. Yeah, something like that. Possibly. Advertise that you are doing commissions. Yes, the thing that I saw recently, there's a guy that does digital work, and he mostly does pets. And he has a video of his process of what he does, and I need to kind of do that. Put together, like, this is what you'll be getting from me. This is what I'll do for this. This is what I'll do for that. Which I think would help a lot. So it's like, there's no kind of there's not a lot of a mystery to the what people would be getting and whatnot. See, that's going to be an issue there. We'll have to play with that. Yes, we will. Right now I'm having an issue because I have this on a separate layer, and I guess I can't. I have to put it like above this and actually clean it up around it. Yeah, yeah. That's something that I would like to do. Kind of a little bit what I was doing with this, in a kind of a pseudo way, because it's like, and I maybe not advertising it enough, or putting it in the right way. But yeah, because when I was seeing John Lee do his stuff, yeah. Technically, right now, I think he is my favorite other streamer that's out there that I actually kind of am willing to watch. That's not like more of a friend like you and Zoo and Silver. He's more one of those inspiring artists. Well, the thing is, it's just I don't know if he's seen the last piece that I posted, or even this one that I've been doing. This one I'd be a little bit more embarrassed for him to see because I'm not liking it. I'm in the process of trying to make it something worth I feel that's worth being seen. This one I'm fighting with. Yeah, I know you see it. Thing is the having um the muses and the people that kind of inspire you to do a piece see it as two different things. Because um, what is it? It's cool when yeah. For example, I don't. Do you remember the never-ending story piece that I did of the girl that was crying? Let's see here. What am I doing? What am I doing? Trying to make shadow for that. I'm doing it all wrong. Should hit this and do this and do this and select this. Drop that. And we're gonna save. File, save. Yep, okay, the actual actress of that, or at least her... I don't know if she still is doing acting or anything like that, but her Twitter actually liked it, which is... I know that's a little bit like... It's here or there, but it's cool when you actually have the individual, the whoever's behind it support that. You say, hey, yes, we like what you did there. It gives you that much credence to it if the official thing is enjoying what you're doing. Derek Patrick. Who is that? I am unfamiliar with that. Educate me. Ah, NASCAR driver. Okay, cool. See, and that seems like, in my brain, more likely that you would have that happen. Have a NASCAR driver say, hey, that was cool, because I don't know how often NASCAR, drivers get people, doing drawings of them. That is, seems to be a little bit on the uh, atypical side of things a little bit, where it's like not as common. That type of fan art. But when it's like comic book characters and stuff like that, then it's like the likelihood of that is increased. So it's like it's a lot easier for them to be flattered about it, I think. They're cool. An artist actually drew me. Awesome. Versus another artist drew me. Not as good as the last one. But yeah, it's nice where you have that kind of a thing. Thing is I never expect it to be a thing. But yeah, it's nice. I don't want a weird shine there, but I don't think there should be one. Still kind of gonna keep it there though. This throw on this. That. Is it? Where you at? This. Yes. What? Really? Why are you so weird? Do I have two of those? Huh. Interesting. Um. Uh. Where's my shadow at? I guess my shadow and my line are too close together, so I have to change one or the other. I'm gonna choose currently to maybe change my shadow first, and then uh, yeah, yeah, that seems reasonable there. File save. Okay, this is slowly but uh, slowly but slowly but surely getting to a point where it's I'm not hating as much. I really like this section. This section I really liked. This thing in the sky when I drew it, and the first thing it was like I may need to make that smaller. I think it like takes up too much of the skyline. I may still do that, but as it's feeling right now, it's not that bad. It's actually it being faded out like it uh, is making it uh, okay. It's not as I'm not freaking out about it as much. And this other one and the distance needs to be even more like faded out, which is going to be interesting with how I have it colored right now. It's going to have to go away. It's going to have to get a lot lighter. Lot of speed. Channel for racing, gearhead things. Cool. I don't know what I really was theoretically into that's along that line. Because kid stuff, G.I. Joe's, He-Man, I think were my things as a kid. And then it slowly merged into comic book stuff when I found out about that. And be bold. Insecure with drawing. Yeah, on some levels I am, yeah. Thing is what is it? I think it's the there's a certain part of it. It's like certain things of it. If I know my a certain art piece is good, I'm fine from my perspective. The other thing is if I'm having an issue with it, if I can see that it can be better, it's not what it's um, lacking something, then it's a little bit trickier for me. So thing is I have confidence in the fact that I can make it better always. So like this right here, it's like I know I can make it be something that I'm proud of. I just need to take the time to do that, which makes me happy. That friction, that insecurity, I actually enjoy that because I know I can fix it. The problem is uh, it's not that great for someone that wants to commission you to do something to hear your insecurity. They people want to only hear the yeah, I can do that kind of a thing. I can do that, I can get that done. Yes. They just want to hear all the yeses and not the I don't know, man. That's bold. Yeah. Yeah, cuz it's weird cuz I know that there's some insecurities, but more so it's I think not on me being able to do something. It's being able to uh, communicate enough with the person that I'm doing it for is my biggest, I think, issue. I think that's my problem is just um, that. So uh, along those lines of nonsense. But I feel like I can hopefully get to the point where I can figure out a way to do that. The main thing is like I was talking about. I think that would help a lot if I actually. No, I don't even like this. I think this needs to be like a more probably blue or yellow maybe. Yeah, maybe we'll have to try something on that line. Be able to communicate what I can do, what I have available to do. If I can do that, then stuff will be fine. So I know I'll eventually get there, though. It'll happen at some point. Just like I feel like doing the stuff with Twitch, I feel like the effort that I've put into it will eventually um, uh, work. It'll take what is it? How would I imagine it? I feel like there's a dam of progress that is built, and the dam will eventually break, and I'll be able to be a little bit more um, active at it. And I feel like that's also with any of my other stuff that I'm doing. It's there's this high end potential of success that is uh, waiting just beyond the bend, kind of a feeling. And there's just some little things that have to still happen for it to click. Which, when I figure out what those things are, it will be really nice. Currently, like I was saying before, the thing that I'm testing out initially is doing the schedule. Keeping a better schedule, I think, is one of the big things that'll help me initially. That, and I need to try to take some of the stuff that I have and turn them into products. "5 years now, you're just getting noticed?" Yeah. It depends on where I post stuff. Because I do better on like Instagram than I do anywhere else. But most other places seem a little bit weird with exposure, how it works. Let's see here. File save real quick. You need a product, not a project? Yes, yes. Which I need to do more Redbubble stuff. That's also going to be a goal of mine. And then also to do more prints. And I think my biggest issue with that is I don't display my work as a print soon enough. And I think the main issue is I don't have a printer that I'm happy with, that I can go to yet. If I can do that, then I think I'll be a lot better off. Because I have one that does okay with if I draw it where it's all white around the edge, I'm good. But if I have any of the pieces that are colored to the edge, then they have to add a border, and the person that's working there doesn't know how to use their machine well enough to get it to center the border. So they have good deals on their prints. The thing is that they end up not looking professional. So it's not that bad, but it's bad enough that I'm not happy with it. So for you on Twitter. Yeah, I don't know how many legitimate fans I have. have people that like my stuff, but I don't know if they're necessarily fans. Because to me, I feel like, I don't know, a fan is something altogether. There's something a little bit otherworldly about a fan. A fan is someone that uh, looks at you in a different light. It's weird. It kind of feels good, but yeah, a fan is how they express themselves towards you is very interesting. Let's see here. I'm not sure about this, but we'll see. I need to color those black lines a different color as well. But I think that thing's a little bit better, possibly. Let's throw on these other guys so we can kind of see if that's filling a little bit better. Yeah, I really want to need to color that black bar and those lines. Those lines definitely need to get hit. I think I have an issue here though. These lines on this thing here can't be the color that they are. Just not working. So those lines are going to have to be changed. They are hiring chimpanzees. Art is flicked. Loyal? What does that mean? What do they do that is loyal? Are they like liking your stuff? Are they communicating with you? What is it that makes that still think probably this stuff needs to be lighter. Yeah. Much better. Much better. At least you can draw titties. See, that's cool. That is awesome. I don't think I really have that. 'Cause I don't know how many people that I know that have actually drawn anything that's like what I would consider like the idea of something dedicated to me. Okay, this still needs to be lighter. Yeah, bummer. I know. That's cool though. Like I said though, I feel that one of these days that kind of stuff will happen. So, could I have it work like that? The issue with that is way too close to the sand color. I think we're gonna have to have it maybe be closer to the ship color, which I still don't want. Maybe closer to the sky color because it's so far back. Maybe that actually might be cool. Cool, cool. That'd be cool. Cause yeah, I've had people say that like they're gonna like draw satire and stuff like that. But I don't think I've seen anyone that I can think of off the top of my head that's actually like done a piece or whatever. But I've been really procrastinating on satire. I think today is the day I'm supposed to actually work on that. I think I have satire art stuff is scheduled for Mondays, which will be good. For me. Okay. You gotta make sure that's the right thing. Is that the right thing? Yes. Okay, good, good. Clicking this, dropping it down. Tenku. Huh. That's not that bad. That kind of a brighter. Where's that? It's more. Yeah, here. I like it. I dig it. I almost would even be willing to possibly color these guys. Maybe that same color, maybe. I think it's too faint though. But yeah, good job on that having that going for you. Yeah, okay. Have them followed. So they feel appreciated because you moved and they actually followed you and you said thank you. That was awesome of you, which is amazing. See, the thing is I don't know. I'd appreciate that shit. I appreciate you sharing the shit that you do of my work and you following me. So I don't have a lot of people to thank. It feels like. uh, which is currently okay, but hopefully we can work on fixing that. I feel like I'm a little bit of a broken record about it, but that's okay too. I will constantly try to be better at whatever I'm doing. So I will be the broken record as long as I need to. Till yeah, I feel eventually it will happen because I know I every time that I'm doing this shit, I'm getting better and better at it. So it's like I can see the the end game totally, and it's like it actually in the long run will probably be better for me because people will actually be getting a higher quality work when I actually start getting into that situation of being better. I'm not sure about that color. The intensity is fine, but it seems weird to have that color stuff coming off of it. Maybe. Huh. Kind of like that. But maybe more gray is what we need. Yeah, yeah. Let's just do this. Like that. See here, be consistent as well. I know for your bikers, and I love drawing that. Yeah. Thing is my in my head, my idea of what I want to be consistent with is uh, first of all, getting art done. I want to be consistent at doing that. That's something I want to do. I need to go back, and I was doing that really well at that. I've spread myself a little bit thin recently with jumping around with projects, which hopefully keeping a schedule will help with. And then what else? Consistency. Being possibly consistency. My consistency could be the fact that I'm not consistent. A little bit. I like that idea, that thought, where I can potentially be a little experimental with stuff, and people know that that's something that I do. I definitely need to have certain things I'm consistent with, but I also need to be able to still explore. So it'll be good to try to get it so I can do both. Schedule will help me a lot with the idea of consistency. Thing is I need to also learn how to continue that consistency. Because recently, what I think my big problem is I am consistent, and then I'll indulge in some of my other extracurricular activities, and that will stop me from being consistent, which I need to figure out a way to for that not to be an issue. It's like when I go out, or have in the past, I stay up way too late, get too drunk, gets kind of burn out the next day, which tends to impact me being able to like work that next day, which throws off my sleeping schedule and causes trickle effect. So I need to deal with that so I can not have that happen. Need to figure out a way to eat my have my cake and eat it too. Art style, yeah. The thing is as I just want to be able to experiment with certain things, but I want to have maybe uh, one or two major styles that I do stuff in, maybe three. Because one of the things is the big issue that I have is mediums. If I change my medium, my style changes with it. My art in watercolor and gouache is going to be different than my stuff that's digital. Because digital stuff, you'll see more of kind of my comic booky crap. And watercolor and gouache, you'll see probably more abstract and kind of a cartoony anime-ish thing. Character weird thing. It's this weird style that I have in me, where's kind of a big-eyed feel to it, but it's so it kind of has an anime feel to it, but it's not completely anime. I don't know. Did you see the flapper that I did? That is probably a really good example of what I'm talking about. Okay, I want kind of actually want to even remove the lines on that mountain completely together, or at least maybe the top half of it. Yeah. Primary focus should be with art. Yeah, the thing is that usually is my primary focus, is art for the most part. The thing is I also like to go dancing, and there's just things that I've created around that to happen, and they don't jive with me doing art. At least in the schedule. It's fine if I don't stream it. I can work around my schedule and whatnot if I don't stream it. But streaming it, that's something different. So that's gonna be a thing that I have to figure out how to deal with. The plan is to do less and yeah, just not indulge as much, I guess. Is the other thing. Yeah. Thing is like I said, it's like, I don't know. I need to, the main thing I need to make sure I need to do is if I go out, I need to go out on days that are um, set up where it's fine. For example, if I kept streaming days open for like Saturday and Sunday, like I don't stream on those 2 days, then Friday nights if I go out and whatnot, then I have the cushion for the next day. The only issue with that is still yet again the idea of screwing up my schedule. So, more than that, I still have to make sure I don't indulge too much. I can't get sick the next day. I can't have that uh, whole uh, stayed up too late kind of a thing too. Thing is if I can also make sure that my time though when I stream is set to the right time, then it doesn't matter. So, because if I can get that to be okay, then I'll be good as well. So, but there may be just the idea of I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. I have to figure it out. Because even if I went out and then didn't even drink, I'm curious if me just being up late would cause problems, just in general. So it's gotta figure out how to, like I said before, have my cake and eat it too. It'll be interesting to see if I can pull it off, but otherwise we will work on it. We'll get it to the point where it's functioning like we need it to. Going out and listening to a band play, sip on your coffee and sex. That pastime will never go away. Let's see here. I feel like my clouds need to be not as dark. The outline. More there, possibly. That looks weird though. Like them how they were previously. So let's find out where it's at and then just kick it up a notch maybe. So it's just not as aggressive. File, save. You about to color your stormtrooper that you've been working on? What are you using to color it? Let's see here. Highlight. We're gonna go like that. We are not gonna do that. We're going to save first. Okay, we have already saved. Good. Okay. Anytime that I do this, I have to remember to save first. because this tends to kick its ass now. Okay. We're good on that. I think to here to there is quite okay. I think I would like to see some kind of a highlight here, here, and here a little bit. Possibly along the top edge of this. And also hitting this guy. Or is that shaded? I don't think it should be. It's just not bright enough for it to really be that visible. Watercolor? You'll see? Cool, cool. Yeah, I'm all about that watercolor. Especially if you have a nicer, just a mid-nicer that's not chalky watercolor and chalky watercolor. Both of those together are amazing. It's one thing that I find very interesting to myself is the idea of you can have stuff that is poor quality, or the idea of poor quality, material, and just because it's what it is it's not working the same way as it normally does. And with why isn't anything being selected right now? This is being weird. Lasso, that, and solid. Red. Oh, duh. Okay. Figured it out. Figuring it out. Okay. I forgot what I was talking about. I got too distracted. What was I saying? Oh, watercolor. That's what we're talking about. The cheap watercolor, the chalk watercolor, I love to use as my highlights, and I like to use the obviously the darker tones is darker tones. It's just that simple, which is amazing. To figure out how to use the medium to do something else. And I think one of the things that I want to possibly change here is to have like this sand dune. I don't know if I want it to continue. I think it'd look too weird if it doesn't continue out into the distance. But yeah, let's try working more on your ink lines, and then I'll try and messing with you a little bit here too. This little guy down here, I feel like he's gonna help if I get his detail a little bit better and actually color him in. I think he'll add some nuance. Alright, let's look at you and your chunky little lines. Which this is interesting too, because the far away stuff, the lines have to be thin, And he will probably have to be a thinner line too, just due to the fact that how small he is. Which this is going to be interesting if I can pull off what I'm trying to do with all this. And it still look good. I'm pretty sure I can manipulate it to the point where it'll be where I want it, but what I lay down here may break break the drawing for a little while, and I'll have to go back in and like mess with it, because right now I'm drawing super close to it, which can a lot of the time lead me to making the original feel of it to be lost and just not be as good as it originally was. Because it may look good up close, but then it doesn't hold it loses some of the magic when you pull the art back and whatnot, so we kind of have to be a little bit careful of that, but yet again, even if I do break it, I can always try to go back in and fix it. One of the things that helps with making sure that you don't completely break stuff with the size thing is to squint here and there to try to get that broken down fuzziness and know that you're not killing a line and making the cool weird stuff that's happening in it go away. Thing is I think it's a little bit easier with these kind of fat lines though than it is with when you're doing the kind of more sketchier stuff, because the sketchier stuff is when you clean that up you have a higher chance of breaking it than you do with this fat stuff. Seems like it's like easier to improve it with this. Yep. All those yeps. So why are you drawing a stormtrooper? I'm trying to think if there's have you played any video games lately as well? I haven't talked to you about games in a minute. Okay, good, 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 good. Oh yeah, that's right. What got you doing it again, or is that a normal thing for you? Like it's just you always will like draw stormtroopers and stuff like that just every so often. I don't know how many stormtroopers I've seen in your feed though, or Star Wars related stuff, period. That don't mean shit though. Seeing it and you drawing it is something altogether. You may just not be posting stuff. That or it's in your heart and it's like you're not drawing that stuff, but it's still there. Let's back this out a little bit. I'm curious to see how he's looking. Yeah. Let's see here. Once in a while, really post very good shit. Don't. Interesting. Yeah, I try to post most of my work, but I know I don't post like my sketchbook stuff, which I am kind of wanting to do. I'm wanting to start doing that. More of my weird, rough stuff. Cause yeah, I have a piece of paper that I keep in my back pocket, or a what is it? It's a PlayStation card, like redeem card that I used that I draw on, and then I have it's in a bag with some pieces of paper. They're like small pieces of paper that I pull out and sketch on. But I tend not to share that stuff. It's just I have these little sketches that I do on like the bus and when I'm sitting somewhere bored or whatever. There's one recently I did that I kind of would like to actually. I'm wanting to post it, but then I also want to kind of actually figure out a way to um, uh, do uh, color it, fix it, make it look better, turn it into kind of a more completed piece. It has potential. I think there's parts of it that are a little bit off, so I'd have to readjust it. But if I scanned it and then just traced it like I did this, and then um, fixed it up, it'll be good. It'll be nice. Thing is I need to figure out when I was looking at my scheduling and stuff like that. I need to figure out how I can do more stuff. Because right now, I guess I could do work on the weekends, and I'd be probably able to fit in more stuff. But the thing is kind of want to keep those open. Well, I can still stream, and I probably will. It's just that I don't want it to be. You have to. I want there to be definitely days that have vacation time, and then from what I do with my schedule, I may end up starting to remove days from there, but want everything to be perfect. Yeah, that is definitely one of my issues. Perfection. Or at least I want to like it is what it is. Because one of the things that I know that is I know that's my problem. So that's one of the reasons why I really like watercolor. Is because it makes it easier for me to draw, and also the reason why I do messier art when I'm doing it in here, like in Photoshop. That's why I do the more sketchy feel to it, because it helps me get over that, because it's supposed to be dirty. I don't have to make it as this other idea that I may eventually be able to pull off. I don't know who it was. There was someone that shared an artist to me, and he does his stuff, I think, digitally as well, but he has his stuff on a canvas feel to it. So all of his art looks super realistic, like the lighting, everything, but when you get into the detail of it, it's like it's ridiculous how simplistic his strokes are and stuff like that. And the canvas effect actually breaks it up enough so that it doesn't look weird, and you don't have to do that crazy zoomed in detail. There's a basically it pixelates the art in a way to a certain degree so that you're not having to deal with it. But you can still have it be high-res art, but it creates this fake pixelization. I don't know if you saw me working on the Geigery kind of weird piece of the face and the weird, like, phallic-y, weird headdress kind of a thing. But that piece is done in that way. Because after seeing that guy's art, I was like, oh, wow, that's cool. Let me try that. And it's actually helped with me being able to do that kind of realistic lighting and stuff like that without it being a huge thing. So nope, you have not seen that piece. It's a black and white face. Looks like there's just has a headdress thing, and I would assume that you know who Geiger is. Guy that did the artwork for the original Aliens movies. He did the creature stuff, and I think a lot of the conceptual stuff kind of carried over into Prometheus and some other things too. feel like he's starting to slowly get away from me a little bit too much, but hopefully he'll be fine enough to, when I pull out or zoom out. You do, okay, you do know who it is, okay. But yeah, she's in my thing. I would assume you've seen her. My feed on both the two places I do stuff, Twitter and Tumblr. No, Twitter, and she's probably on Tumblr too, but Twitter and what do you call it? Instagram. Aliens' heads looks like dicks. Yes, that's why they're that way. Yes, and then also the face huggers, like the actual part where the weird dick thing that comes out of them that lays eggs in your stomach, that looks like a vagina. And so does the egg that they come out of. It looks like a trigina. Why? Oh, okay. It makes you want to fuck a face hugger. Yep, it's about right. That ain't weird at all. It's like, leave my kink alone. See, there's problems with that, though. I could see that going wrong. Because it would still try to lay eggs. And that would be a hell of a catheter. I'm not so sure about that thing that I have on here. I'm not liking it. It's no go. Now let's try coloring this guy a little bit. File save. I'm kind of wanting this thing here to be the same color as these things here, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. And I'm almost kind of wanting him to be the same color too. Because one of the things that I've learned with coloring is you want to repeat colors, key colors within it, and I think it's like 3 places is kind of what makes it aesthetically pleasing. And I already kind of have this color elsewhere, so I don't know. I think I'll probably just have it be this, because I think I want this thing to be like this is connecting to those things. So instead of having him colored this color, I think I'm gonna have just that color, then have him colored a different color. The other option would be to actually have him colored that color, but then have there be like it's been removed or kind of like tribal painting on it. So it's uh, like changed in some manner. So it's like, yeah, it's that, but then there's this layer of personality painted on it. Thing is I don't know if I could pull that off with him being as small as he is, though. To actually display that intent. What if I wanted that, though? This is true. This is true. That is a thing. Yeah, if anime specifically hentai has taught me anything, all holes are holes, no matter their size. Anything can go in animation. That's why it's interesting that there is like this idea of fantasy pornography when it's not necessarily in set in fantasy. It's just the activity is unrealistic. Which is oddly intriguing to me. Kinda. No, I think that's too close. I'm kind of maybe leaning more towards that yellow that I had. Purple? Could I get away with like a off purple? That could be interesting. It doesn't feel like a form of metallic, though. Possibly a rusted color would be kind of interesting. I think it blends into the background too much. So we're gonna start with trying to do this bright yellow. We're gonna play with that initially here. I'll draw some each. But yeah, that's the the things, all the things that is out there. Oh, come on. That is dangerous of me. I made one of these when I wasn't supposed to. There we go. Because every time I make a selection and fill it, I need to save. Because Photoshop has recently is getting pissed off at me for doing that. And I'm kind of wanting, strangely enough, to maybe take this, that same bright red, and actually apply it to this guy here. I don't know. It's what did I feel? And I don't know from your perspective of how you're dealing with that idea of loneliness or whatever. Thing is for me, I am large level content with my loneliness. There's only in certain situations does my brain kind of have like a oh I wish thing, but it's where which that's built around is very fleeting. It's like quickly becomes something that is like okay, something that I am content with not being a thing. It's actually because like for the most part it's like when I feel lonely when I want some sort of intimacy, which kind of connects to wanting to be with another person, kind of thing. But then after that takes its course, me being by myself, it's becomes like well, I'd be kind of annoyed or uncomfortable if there was someone there afterwards. It'd be more of a hassle than not. There's certain circumstances where it's fine, but usually there's extra context in that where the person or whatever is cool enough to hang around with beyond that. Thing is the context that that loneliness is surrounded by is has no like personality. It's more of a vague task. Nah, I'm not that lonely. Don't need a woman. Need is brotherhood that can watch your back if something bad happens. Okay, so you just want people that got your back kind of thing, and someone to express your passions with. Yeah, yeah. The that's the only time that it had crosses my mind too. But then the if I think about it too much, the anxiety of like just a relationship in general just takes place, and it's like it's not worth it. Yeah, it's not worth it. Nope, 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 nope. If I truly think about it, it's like no, no thanks. I'd have to find find someone that is too much like me to be able to really deal with that shit. Which may happen at some point, but yeah. Currently, that's neither here or there. Because if that was a thing, that person would not be around. That's basically what it'd be. It'd be like, uh, someone that was magically around only only when you needed someone to be around you for whatever that is, not just the idea of being a booty call kind of a thing, but because there's it's almost like you'd want like a genie situation for both parties, where it's something can pop in just to comfort and then be gone after the comforting. That's just the like anything, just encouragement or whatever. Opinion, advice, all of the above along those lines. Don't know what color I would. Okay, looking at this with him, that's not going to work. First of all, the main problem that I'm having with it is he is going to be an issue. This rock is also going to be a freaking issue too. Ugh. Yeah, this is going to be interesting to figure out this puzzle. Because right now my issue here is that I have to, if I change this rock color to some other color, I have to be able to have that color happen elsewhere in this picture for it to really work in my brain really well. Because, yeah, it needs to exist here, and like I said, 3 other places for me to really be like, yeah, that looks good. And his yellow is another thing, is there's not 3 other places currently that I can think of where that would work. So there's this almost idea that I need to actually maybe color him like this color. So I click on that and maybe increase the color a little bit. Click on this and increase the color a little bit. Or what is it? Where are you at? Have it be like a more intense version of this faded color, so they match. That means I could have him be, possibly get away with him being a bright green maybe. We'll have to see. We'll have to back up. It wouldn't be the end of the world if it's not consistent. The rock, though, I think the easiest way to do it, the rock, is to probably change it to like one of these colors, like that. So it's tying this into that stuff out in the distance. File. Save. Let's see here. Not worth it. Art is more important to you. Walk away, yeah. Sometimes you need a break. Okay, that's good, that's good. Yeah. That'll... At least I got 2 there with that, and that pulls those 2 in really... Ooh, that looks actually kind of cool. Well, how did that happen? How did that awesome mistake take place? Thank you. We need some Bob Ross hype right there, man. Yeah. Fell forward, my friends. Fell forward. Where did you go? My happy little mistake. So like Bob Ross moment right there. That's amazing. Amazing. Oh, love it. Okay, I'm going to try to do one here, but I'm probably going to have to put it on a higher level. Radio. Super small. Oh, shit. That was loud. Apparently have my audio turned up all the fucking way. Thank you for the follow. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what I'm gonna go with. Or DJ Red. If I can read that. Yeah, my ears are fucking bleeding now. It scared the living shit out of me. I'm quite happy that's not literal, but pretty fucking close. Hey D, how you doing? Yes. Follows are much appreciated. Now, where the fuck is this hiding? Yeah, I need to turn down my volume. Holy shit. I have a new headset, so it's a little precarious. The only problem is my what is it? Mic monitoring is also connected to the sound, and I like hearing the sound of my own voice apparently, so I don't have to shout into the mic. Where the hell are you? I'm gonna have to make you bigger so I can find you. Okay. There you are. Move down. Are you an artist, D? If you're still hanging out? And or a streamer? I always have to ask those 2 questions. Now we shrink it down. And put that right there. And then we'll fade it out. About like that, yeah. That works. That works. Yes, still, Ashler is on Twitter too, and everywhere else. At least I try to be. It's in his info. The things that I have in my info. My info page is, I think, a little bit cluttered. I need to, like, fix it. Because when I was first doing streaming, I was putting a lot of my initial work, like little images of it in there. I think I just need to condense it down to, like, one. I've been trying to organize that stuff a little bit better. I added the photo of myself, which I think that's kind of a good thing. Because I not doing a face cam because it's now killing my computer for some silly reason. Let's see here. Still not set on the coloring of him. I feel like I maybe just gonna have to have him be like this oddity. Trying to think some other means of maybe getting it to work. If I fade him out though, that may help quite a bit. Where he's like closer to this thing up here. I may actually let me try having him be the same color as this floating thing. It may feel weird in my brain to have them be the same color, because that color is not supposed to be the actual color. It's supposed to be changed because of the atmosphere. But yeah. So, yeah. That's not that bad. It's not too bad. What is it? You love that picture. Inspirational? What picture? Let's see here. I'm trying to think. Well, can I turn this down and get that to stop being so loud and still keep this up? Well, we'll see. I still think it's going to be loud. Let's see here. Of you looking up. Oh, okay, that picture. Yeah, I like that picture too. I don't take many selfies, and I think that was for something. I used it recently. I have some art that I've put up at a art thing. I should actually probably link that into the description under events. But I have art at a gallery. Two of the art pieces actually were done for here. I had my abstract drawing that I did here on here, and also a one I did for Mr. Mars Ascending. I think Mars Ascending, Mr. Mars Ascending. I think that's what his thing is. He had a contest thing. No, I'm erasing. I have all black. Yeah, I need to still work on figuring out the shadows on here. This cross line down here is weirding me out still. Still have to figure that out, mess with that. Not completely sold on the robot. Man. I think the easiest thing that I can do with it is probably have him be close to the color of the structures, but not the same. Let's try that. Where you at? Robot color. I can't find it because it's weird. Because if I do this and maybe pop it up a little bit so he's like, you know, brighter or more gray. Because that's a weird thing though in my brain. I think probably the best answer would be to actually make him gray. Tell you the truth. Because for some reason my brain's telling me I can throw gray in here once and that amount will be fine. The thing is I feel like I have to have him as a brighter gray tone so he stands out enough apart from the bluish gray. Continue with your drawing practice. You're fine, man. Thanks for hanging out as long as you did. I probably should stop and go do errands and stuff like that, but well, we'll see how much more time I have in me. I think I would like to get it to the point where I have maybe everything colored to a certain degree and maybe get some shadows on these rocks and then I'll probably be fine. But yeah, I know I'm going to be definitely drawing again today. That is the plan. And the thing is it would be, I feel it'd be nice to keep this schedule that I have right here, where I'm waking up, doing a catch-up stream, and then planning on doing a scheduled stream afterwards. I'm not sold on this red. I kind of like it because there's red already throughout this. It would it messes with me though, because this red here and that red there and that red there, those three reds are color, not color, they're lights. They're lights. And if I had him wearing something, it would have to be darker tone. See you later, man. I'm still gonna be mumbling. Okay, I think I'm gonna do him like a sandy brown or something around in here. Yeah. But then I want that logo on the back of his jacket to be something a little bit more interesting. File, save. Catch you later. Solid. I do feel like that could actually be that color. And yeah, let's see if we can't do this. Going to delete you. And try to see if there's a way that I can actually. I guess I could erase that. And go down to here and paint that and that. Digging it, digging it, digging it. Now the tool that he's using, is that gonna need to be also this color? My brain is wanting something else to help me along with this. This is giving me a good idea for it. I think I need to have what do you call it? What? Did I just create a new thing for it? I guess so. Alright. Let's throw down some shadow for that. Oh my god. We'll try that. We'll see how that shadow works. How's it plays off on here. And I'm going to take a moment to have that merge down. I think it needs to be darker though. Seeing it. Just not dark enough. I need to try to kind of have a little bit of like his shadow coming in there. I kind of want some texture coming off the rock there. Let's go ahead and select this and drop it over this way. Still, yeah, closer to that. That's and I think some of this here and there needs to also be rocks, but it also needs to be colored in. Shadow. Cool. What else? You need shadow as well. Do file save real quick. And then we're gonna throw down one of you, and then we're going to be I'm not sure what this is, the technical term for this. Let's find out. What is this? Creating clip mask. Clipping mask, okay. I love doing that. It's very, very helpful. So right now we want it to still clip in there. Should it go underneath here a little bit, there a little bit, there a little bit, and there, that fold there. And underneath here as well. And I'll probably get in there and do a little bit of a better job of getting some of that stuff to hit better, but for right now that works fine. And I need to work on some of the shadow on him too a little bit better. And also this guy here, hopefully this is all on the same. Yes, good. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. My brain. We'll see if we can actually pull that off. I don't think it'll work from like what we were doing earlier. Let's do another save. And we're pretty close to getting to a stopping point for right now. I need to get ready to run to the store anyway, so I can make it back in time for 3 o'clock session. Thing that I want kind of up here, in that spot specifically, is red. The only issue is I don't think it will jive. Okay, so that's how that is. And obviously, I could pull this over here to the pink range. Which I think will make that work there. I don't know if I would want to do that like here as well to break it up on it. Maybe even down here. Or to try to throw in something else onto it, but I think those both look okay. Doing that. File, save. Let's grab my other piece that's like this so I can throw my logo type on there. We'll take a picture of it and go from there. I do need to figure out what the heck this is though. this artifact that's on here. Where you at, Mr. Artifact? Because the thing is it's like white. It's weird. I do want to fix this. These things have been bothering me. Well, we'll do that. One last little thing that I have to toy around with here. It may end up being more than that real quick here, though. Because this thing has bothered me. Okay. Breaking that up. Hopefully that'll make me a little bit happier. If I throw down some shadow on there at some point, I think that'll help me out a lot, but I need to, though, take this. Yes. This shadow line needs to also hit itself up here. I do need like some kind of weird break in there as well, I think, to give it enough of a decent enough shadow. But yeah, because I feel like if I did do some kind of a shadow here with that stuff, it would help. But I feel like this shadow temp that I have right here is how dark this is too dark. I need right through there. If I was going to do it, I need to do a lighter. Like maybe something closer to that. Something a little bit more warm. Cool. Kind of working. Still fighting it a little bit though. This, don't know. I think maybe also the other thing that might help with this is doing a highlight on here. And technically, maybe I could get away with whatever I'm trying to deal with. It was just a highlight and not a shadow. Let's see here. know I need to go over this shadow that's in here and elsewhere and just kind of have more fun with its structure. Because I think the structure that I have on this stuff right now is a little bit weird. I don't think, yeah, me having this over here highlighted is not what I want. Right there is fine. Definitely need to do more of this breaking up the wall, though. That stuff really helps. And do that probably on here too, through here. Just like this stuff here, if I did that, I think throughout here, it'd help. But yeah, we'll deal with a lot of this later, I think. Playing with the more the nitty gritty of it. Later. Okay, file, save, and then we're gonna pull out, what is it? Vassal. Last one to still the watermark. Where are you at, Vassal? We're looking at surface. There you are, Vassal. Which I definitely enjoyed how Vestal turned out more than this one, but this one's slowly growing on me. This one's getting there. We'll do that, and then I actually want to fix that. Now that changed its positioning. Hopefully that'll start working again if I do that, though. I'll pull Vessel over here so it can be seen. I like the depth that was created in there. Yeah, depth in that it's really cool. Dig the depth. Filters, select all. We're going to center this at the bottom and center it in the center of the screen. And we're going to deselect that. I think I'm going to kick him up a notch still, though. If I can find where he got put. Boom. Okay. Huh. Oh. Racing the wrong thing. Where's that layer at? There we go. Good. And we wanted to try merging this down and seeing if it'll go. It's gonna be tedious. Oh well. It is what it is. Okay. Cool. Let's just go in here and kind of clean up this stuff so it actually is hitting where it needs to. Where is that not supposed to be hitting in there? That's that, and that's that. Okay, no, I think it's correct. Stuff here is supposed to be like that. I can go and mess with it later if I think it'll work better the other way, but kind of feel like I should do something here though now as a in between. Click this. Let's try that for now to play with. As of right now, I'm digging how that's turning out. Yeah, those will definitely need to be colored eventually. Let's do this area as well. With something else that's kind of close. Let's click this color here and go off of it. Yeah, something like that I think would work nicely. Put you under you so I don't end up getting any of that. And I'll probably end up even toning that line as well eventually. Currently good for most of that stuff there. This line work here, solid. Somewhere around in there. And I need to put this underneath this. And also make sure this is actually affecting this stuff, right? Looks like it's doing kind of weird things here and there, though. Yes, that's causing a little bit of a weirdness here and there, having that be that. No, if I actually came in here and did this all down here, though, it would complete it, and then it'd be fine, I think. Yeah, that kind of helps. We may have to tweak that on that. This stuff may all have to be this other color just to work. Cool. We'll keep that as that. I do want to do this, though. Always one more thing. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it this bright. I may take this down a notch. We'll see. Or play it up more even. I think, yeah. Yeah, I'm liking that a little bit better. I may increase it like later. Is it a different color that I have going on there? Is that not painted with the same thing? Really? That's surprising. I may have to fix that somehow here. Turn you off, I guess, and I have to paint you with this. So then I can paint you with this. And then I can we'll definitely end up going in here and fixing the details of it and whatnot later, but file save. Okay. Alright. Need to eat. Take a break. Get ready to go to the store. Alright. Let's close you. It's been saved. Now we're going to do a smaller one of these. Image size. We're going to try to get this closest we can to 5. So let's try 100 to 150. Back 150. 40. 10. 20. 30. 25. Yes. Okay. Go file, save as. Sad Dune, and throw it in a Dropbox so I can throw it online. Save you as a PNG, and do it. Ugh, that sucks. I'll just rewrite it. Yes. You exist. So we're gonna have to do a date. What does today say? 10/10. 10.10.16 underscore. And I'm throwing down Ashler so it actually gets picked up easier by Google. Save. Click OK. And we'll back out from this image sizing and then resave it one more time. And we'll mess around with it some other time. Maybe this may be a tomorrow morning, maybe, slash some of the other days, because I know I have a couple of projects I need to work on. I'm pretty sure later on at 3 o'clock today, I'm going to be doing comic book stuff, I think is what I have down. So, working on satire. It's been a long time since I've actually done that. I need to get back into a better routine with him, but that is that. We've we're good on what we have for this. So close you, and we're gonna do a hard spooky out here. Thanks for hanging out, and see you guys next time.